Hello students, in the last class we come to know about what are different parts of financial system. We come to know about financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments and financial services. So this all consists what we call it as financial system. So in this class we try to start with the term financial market. So one of the important part of the financial system what we call it as financial market. Even though financial institutions will raise the funds, but with the help of financial instruments and financial markets only, the moving of funds, the mobilization of funds will happen. So that's what we consider. That's what the financial market is a key area, or called as key player when movement of funds across the countries. So financial market is one of the important, because of financial market only it can get a place for movement of funds. So let us start with financial market. So what is financial market? So before we go in financial market, we start with the meaning of market. For all of you remember the meaning of market. So market, there is a place for buying and selling of goods and services. That is what we call it as market in simple meaning. So when come to the financial market, simple, we can buy and selling of certain financial assets. Financial assets that are namely called as financial instruments, especially shares, debentures, term loans. So trading of all financial assets and trading of all financial assets, what we call it as financial market. So financial market is a place where we can do trading with financial instruments. We can do trading with financial instruments. Say example, shares or debentures. So anything, loans and certificate of deposits. So anything, that is what we call it as financial market. So exchange of funds or movement of funds will happen on particular place, or doing of any financial transactions in a particular place. That is what we call it as financial market. Example, you can take bank is a financial market, stock exchange is a financial market. So anything there the transaction happens between the buying and selling. The transactions are only the financial in nature and evidenced with financial instruments. Those the whole process what we call it as financial market. That is what we call it as financial market. So before in financial market also we have various types of financial market that we'll see in further session. So in this class we'll say focus how financial market works and what is the role of financial market in any economy. So that is what we call it as financial market. Meaning, when you look at the role of financial market in an economy, the first one is transfer of resources. So resources refers to here money. Resources refers to here money. So lots of financial resources there in India, but with there is a lack of financial platform. The money can be idle. People cannot believe each other. People don't have a space to put their money into the give credit to some other people. So in a number of things, the transfer of resource will stop. So what financial market, it gives a way of flowing of funds between a person to person. So flowing of funds between a person to person. Simple example of bank you should take. Millions of money that we can pour into the bank in the name of savings. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀಡಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಟೇಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಸೊ if you bank will take your risk, so bank will return your money without having any risk. That is what we call it as movement of funds. So that is what we call it as transfer of resources. So here financial markets create a place for the lenders and borrowers. In the particular place, what happens, the movement of funds will exchange to those who have more money to the needy people. That is what we call it as transfer of resources. So with the help of financial market only the transfer of resources will happen. Transfer of resources will happen. So that is what you call it as transfer of resources. Next one you can see growth in income. I hope you remember the first class. I already told you any economic main objective is to increase the income level of the people. Increase the income level of the people. That is what you call it as a distribution of national income among the people. Distribution of national income among the people. So ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು economy, if you want it develops, the main purpose is to create the income levels of the people. So people income level rise ಆದಷ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, the standard of living rise ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, poverty reduce ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, illiteracy reduce ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So everything we can overcome n number of economical problems. So that is the one more agenda is to growth in income. ಯಾವ ತರ growth in income? For example, why we should put money into the banks? Should we put money into the banks simply? No. They will give the interest. They will give the interest and dividends. For example, if you I hope your stock markets, you can know, if you buy some equity shares, some other shares, we can get some returns at the end of the year, like mutual funds dividends. So in post offices, banks, this financial stock exchanges, so why the people going to put money over there? They'll get some returns. So instead of keeping idle money in your home, put somewhere whichever you feel safe, that you will get some returns. Instead of being money idle, you put into invest into something and get money. So financial market give us a chance in a various forms. Either might be in mutual funds or financial markets or banks or any other financial institution. It accepts our money as a part of savings. For that savings, they will give interest, sometimes called as dividend. So indirectly what happens, it increases our income, it increases our income levels. That is what we call it as growth in income. Growth in income. So because of financial market, the small saving holders will get a benefit of being some financial benefit, getting some financial benefit. Then productive usage. Productive usage in the sense means economical, what we call it as economy, without wasting of the funds. Without wasting of the funds. I remember again, I told you again, idle money is nothing but wasting of money. Idle money is nothing but wasting of money. For example, if you keep some amount of money in your locker or in your pocket for 10 years, there is no use from that money. Your money value will come decrease after several years. So what happens? So the financial market creates a hub for all financial transactions. So what happens in that hub, in that junction? So people coming to deposit their money in the form of savings, in the form of investments, by any name. So what happens? The financial institutions will do that work. They'll take that all savings, all investments, they'll convert into capital and give it for industrialization or certain things, government industries or private industries or any other form of capitalization. So it gives some financial assistance for productive work. So on the time what happens, your money will not get wasted. It will become, the money is deposited somewhere, you will get some returns for that. The same money they can convert as a capital. The same money they can convert as a capital for other beings. So that is what we call it as productive usage. Productive usage. So without wasting the resources, we can make the productive usage of resources. Imagine because of one financial assistance, a number of economic problems may overcome. For example, because of the non-banking institutions give financial assistance to the farmers, industrialists and certain entrepreneurs, so entire economy will grow up. What happens if they'll give financial assistance to the entrepreneurs, they'll develop industries, it creates employment. If employment will creates, it increases standard of living, it overcome unemployment, it overcome illiteracy, it overcomes standard of living problem. So entire economy will develop because of one function. That is what we call it as productive usage, because of financial market. So that is what entire economy is going to grow up. It is what you call as productive usage. Then capital formation. No matter. The main purpose of any financial market is to create the capital, either in the form of shares or debentures or loans or any other mortgages or any other form of asset. So it is what you call as capital formation. Capital formation. Then because the financial market creates a place or hub to issue shares to public, so indirectly if you issue shares to the public, people will buy that shares, you will get as a capital. You can convert the shares money into the capital. That's what you call it as share capital. So either in the form of debentures or loans, so any other form. The financial market is a place where you can find some capital over there. Then price discovery. So price discovery in the sense means it gives certain validity for the funds. For example, simple example, if a farmer produces some vegetables, usually where we'll decide this price. You can produce something. When it comes to the place of vegetable market, there you can decide the price. The vegetable market fluctuations, the market demand. So by taking off a number of factors into account, the market decides the price of vegetables. That is what you call it as price discovery. In the same way, it might be a lot of financial institutions, the lot of investments, the lot of savings, but the financial market is a place. It give a certain space that you be bargained or you should be traded. So in that what happens, you can easily buy and you can bargain and you can buy the financial assets. Either might be interest rate, anything. That is what you call it as price discovery. Then sale mechanism. That means the basic meaning of the market itself, it clears the sale mechanism, because market is a place where the buyers and sellers exchange the goods and services. That is what you call it as sale mechanism. It had a future of sale mechanism is that they can buy and that they can sell the financial assets. Either might be anything. That is what you call it as sale mechanism. Then information availability. So information availability, again it's a very important point. It provides the financial information about the rate of interest, about the borrowing rates, about the deposited rates, about the share prices, about the debenture interest rates, about the mortgage loan rate. So anything overall financial conditions, financial rates, and overall country's financial information that will provide. That is what you call it as information availability. These are the functions of or role of financial market.